Can you open a grocery shop and be successful with trading hours of 12 to 6 a.m.? Of course not. Every job has its own special working hours. So you can take the orders, you can fill the orders, the regulators can do their jobs. And this is a very important concept in trading as well. Every continent and country has its own trading hours. And we as traders should choose the best hours and days of trading in a day or in a week, so we as a swing trader or a scalper can choose our days and our best hours to trade in. In this video, we are going to talk about the days of the week or the hours of the day that we can trade in better and that will increase our results significantly. So watch the video until the end. Hello, you are watching Trading Companion and I'm Mehran. Today we want to talk about kill zones for ranging market traders and momentum traders and reversal traders. Like price pattern that show repetition of patterns in price and time, there are some behaviors that are likely to happen in some hours or days. So let's talk about kill zones or best trading hours. So the kill zones. Based on your trading style, you should choose the best trading hours for yourselves, and we are going to talk about sessions and their characteristics. So you can choose your trading hour based on sessions and their characteristics and your trading style. For example, you are a ranging market trader, you sell highs and you buy lows, so you can trade a session that is ranging most of the time. And if you are a momentum trader that you try to catch continuation trades based on the trending market, you can choose a special session. Or if you are a reversal trader who try to catch the reversal points of the market and how to use those trading hours based on your characteristics and your trading style. So first, let's talk about how we can add session boxes to our charts. First of all, sessions are different in different markets, so you should know which market are you trading in and which sessions are better for those markets in your country. For example, if you are an Indian trader that just trade Indian markets, you should choose the session that Indian traders are active in. But I am going to talk about Forex market and international markets. So most of the traders are international traders, for example, Forex trader or crypto trader, and they can choose their sessions wisely. So how to add session boxes? You can go to indicators and add ICT sessions kill zones with Lone Sholo. His name is Lone Sholo. And you can go to the setting menu and change these kill zones to whatever you like. I'm going to put my London session from 2 to 4, New York session from 8 to 10:30, and Asian session from 18 to 1:30. And this kill zone, the London close kill zone, I'm going to add from 1:30 to 2. I think it's the Frankfurt session. I don't remember exactly which time is Frankfurt session, but I think it's 1:30 to 2. You can search it on Google. It is important for special trading methods. These timings are perfect. These timings are so precise that you can, for example, say that if the low of Frankfurt got liquidated or the high of Frankfurt session got liquidated, I'm going to trade that reversal. Or for example, if the Asian session is ranging, so it acts as liquidity, or if Asian session is trending, not ranging, it's trending, I'm going to use its order blocks and POIs to trade in those POIs. These time frames, and these boxes, these trading hours or sessions are so accurate that you can make strategies based on them. So pay attention to them. So again, for adding these boxes, we are going to go to indicators, we search ICT, we add ICT sessions, and for settings you can click on this wheel button, and these are the settings that I'm using. And for a style, you can use whatever style you like. Now let's talk about sessions in an advanced perspective. We talked about accumulation, manipulation, distribution in the MX video, or in the how to trade accumulation, manipulation and distribution video you can find in channel. And overall, for understanding the concept of liquidity and how to use liquidity in your trading, you can watch ultimate liquidity videos in the channel. Anyway, we have a concept named AMD, or accumulation, manipulation and distribution. What is that? It's when the market accumulates the orders, it manipulates the orders, or it grab the stop loss or liquidity of the other traders, and then it distribute those orders, for example, to the downside. So it is our AMD concept. This is the accumulation phase, this is the manipulation phase, and this is the distribution phase. And you can find that everywhere in the market. For example, here, let's talk about this a little bit. You can find accumulation, manipulation and distribution. Accumulation, manipulation and distribution. Accumulation, manipulation and distribution. Here as well, accumulation, manipulation and distribution. So this concept is a very important concept in trading, and you can learn how to use that in the videos of the channel. And now we want to use that AMD concept mixed with sessions. Why? Because most of the time the Asian session acts as accumulation phase, the London session acts as manipulation phase, and the New York session acts as distribution phase. I mean, in a single day. What I mean? I mean that the Asian is ranging most of the time. The London session comes and grab the high or low of the Asian session, and then the New York starts to distribute in the direction of the London session. I don't want to talk about sessions as liquidity and how to trade them. That's another video that I'm going to talk about that in particular. But now we just want to know what is the characteristics of Asian session, London session and New York session. But anyway, you can see what I said before. I said that the Asian session acts as a liquidity pool, and here is our Asian session. You can see it just starts to range. It came down, yes, it didn't do the manipulation phase in here, but it came down, and in the New York session we started to distribute. Here it is a little bit better. We can see that the Asian session is ranging. The London came down and liquidated the low of the Asian session, or some of its lows. It starts to go higher in the London session, and before the New York session the London manipulated here and here as well, and in the New York session we start to distribute. Here the Asian session is trending, so it is a little bit different. Here you can see that the high of Asian session is here and the low of Asian session is here. Let me zoom in for you. The London session came up and grabbed it, and it distributed to the downside. So what we want to conclude from this concept: the Asian session is a ranging session. So if you are a trading range trader and you are more comfortable with ranging markets, you can go and trade from 17 or 18 in the afternoon to the 2 a.m. next day, or to the middle of the night. It is most of the time in the middle of the night. I don't know which location you are trading in. You can comment below, but anyway, you can trade Asian session from 17 to 24 of PM or 17 to 24 night. But another thing I forgot to tell you, always put your trading view hour on New York or UTC -5, because all the time frames I talked about and all the kill zones I talked about in these settings are based on New York time. You can change that to your local time, but you should change these times to your local time as well. Which approach we can take in Asian session? The best tool I found that can help you for trading in Asian session, because that's a ranging session, is the regression tool here. You can find that regression trend here. It's the best channel and trading range tool that you can find. You can find the highs and lows of the Asian session, the first highs and lows of the Asian session, and you can pull your regression channel from the start and from the 3 or 4 highs and lows. And it's better to take trades in the direction of the last part of the trend, the last direction. You can see that the last movement is to the upside. So what we do, when the market is continuing its movement, you can find the highs and the lows and even the middle of the regression channel that is working. For example, you are trading in the Asian session here. It is 5-minute time frame, so you can go to 1 minute for trading the Asian session. It is going to touch this upper line, and you can go to 1 minute and take, for example, shifts in the market structure which happened exactly here. It may be a profitable trade or it may be a stop loss. Anyway, it is, and it is a stop loss. Here we have another shift, so we are going to enter the market for the middle of the Asian session, which is going to be here, for example, a 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio. It may hit it or not. You should break even your trades in Asian session very soon, because it is a very rangy session and it can come up, come down, come up and come down. Anyway, but the regression tool is going to provide you with a good perspective. You can continue your regression tool and you can see that, for example, we are here in the market and it is a good place to put our profit price. You can see that it's a good tool to use in Asian session. We are going to extend our regression tool. For example, here you can enter again until the Asian session, and here it comes and touches the high until the Asian session finish its job. Then what to do? After the Asian session is finished, where is the Asian session? It's from this low to this high. In the London session or manipulation session to this high, excuse me, we are not in the London session. The London session starts at 2 a.m. We are in a Frankfurt session. In the London session here, you can see that it came up, it grabbed the high of the Asian session. You can enter here with any kind of trading you know. For example, you can see the Ultimate Smart Money trading video or Ultimate Liquidity videos to learn how to find trading setups, entry setups. For example, you can enter at the high of the Asian session because the London is starting and it came up and grab this high. And after that, in the London session, it can come down and grab the low of the Asian session as well. But where is it going to grab? It is going to grab any kind of important lows. For example, we have two important lows here and two important lows here. So when it grabs one of these lows and shifts to the upside, we can trade in that direction. It came down, it shifted, it grabbed this low and these lows. So after that, we are going to look for shifts. It shifted to the upside here, so we can enter trade on this order block, put our stop loss here and see it works. So it worked well, and that's enough for the London session. So the Asian session is the ranging session. We can use our regression tool to find the trading entries and trading opportunities. And after this, in the London session, we are just going to wait for manipulations and shifts. So that is what we are going to do, because the London session is the manipulation session or the reversal session. And after the London do its job, we can do two things. First, we can take the first reversal in the London session. I don't recommend to do that. And beside that, we can mark some liquidity points for the New York session to come down and grab those points of liquidity and shifts in the direction of the London session. For example, here and here, you can see the results. It came down, it took this low, and here is our order block. It shifted to the upside from this point, so it is a good trade as well. So what I mean that the Asian session is ranging. The London session is going to grab its high or low and start to go to the downside, so we can try to trade this manipulation or these ranging environments. And after this, in the New York session, it starts to retrace a little bit, take one or two kinds of liquidity points, for example here and here. And when it shifts in the direction of the London session, we can take trades. So let's see the other days. You can see that we have some kind of trending Asian range here. We are going to talk about the trending Asian ranges in session trading. We are just now are talking about trading hours, so we are interested in trading range Asian sessions. For example, here we have a ranging Asian sessions. We are going to use our regression channel from this start, or here that we can see the last leg of the movement from this point to the 3 or 4 highs and lows are going to be okay. And you can see that we can extend our regression channel with the price. You can see that the result here, and we are going to pull that when the market is moving. We are going to extend our regression channel with the market as well, and you can see that, for example, here it is going to start to go higher near this low, and here we are going to extend our regression channel. Here this high, it's a little bit weaker, but when we start to do that over and over, the results are going to be okay. For example, this high or this high and this middle point here. So we try to extend our regression channel with the price. At first it may be a little bit confusing, but after trying to use that and practicing with the Asian session and this regression channel, you are going to be okay, and you are going to start to understand what is happening. In the London session, we only start to look for reversals. When the low of the Asian session is taken out or the high, for example here we can see that the low of Asian session got taken out here. Here we had a fake shift because we have a good POI here. It is a fake shift, and after that you can start to trade with any setup that you learn with in this POI. And after that, this special London session, it didn't take out the high, so you can either try to take normal SMC trades. For example, here we have our liquidity and here we have our order block, so you can try to catch these trades, or you can wait for the New York session. What will happen in New York session? I said that it comes up, it grabs some kind of liquidity, it shifts and it starts to continue the London movement. It doesn't need to be exactly in London session or exactly in Asian session. It's in that time frame, it's near that time frame. For example, here you can see that the grab of the liquidity, the grab of the London session liquidity happened here, but the shift and the opportunity happened in the middle of the New York session. So it doesn't need to be exactly in those time frames. It can be just near those time frames. Let's see the previous day. So it is a good ranging Asian session. What are we going to do? First, try to catch trades in the direction of the last movement. It is the downside movement. We are going to use our regression tool. You can use this movement, and after that either you can continue your regression tool. It is going to work. For example, here you can see the result, or you can just use your regression tool after these 2 or 3 highs, and you should extend the regression channel with price. For example, if you have the regression channel here, you should come and extend the regression channel with the price. It's for scalping. Asian session is for scalping. It's not for big movements. The London session and New York session is going to be used for higher reward to risk ratio, but you just scalp the Asian session with usage of the regression channel or any kind of trading tool that is going to help you in trading and channel kind of price action. So we can see how the Asian session reacted to these points. After the Asian session, we are going to use the London session and Frankfurt session for liquidity grab. It grabbed this liquidity, it shifted here, so here may be a good point for trading. And we have the low of Asian session, these 2 lows, and the high of the Frankfurt session for liquidity as well. So we try to catch reversals from there. You can see that it didn't work out, but this manipulation worked out well. And let's see if the low of the Asian session worked out too. You can see that here in the New York session. And the more important thing is, even if you didn't catch this trade or this trade, it is another opportunity for you as well. And you can see the results. For the New York session, we are going to try to catch manipulations. So here was a good trade. For example, this order block is a wonderful opportunity. Or after this shift, you can put your entry here for this stop loss and 4 or 5 to reward to risk ratio, or you can enter after this shift in the order block that caused that shift and that is going to provide you with a 4 or 5 reward to risk ratio as well. After this phase, we are going to wait for the start of the New York session, and when the New York session starts, for this particular day it's better to take reversals because the New York session is just continuing the London session, but you can do both. Let's see what happens in the New York session. These lows or this low is good for the New York session. Let's see the results. You can see that it didn't provide us with a trade. You may see that, oh, you were wrong, I don't know, we are going to take a stop loss. First of all, stop losses are okay. You can have a lot of stop losses but be profitable. Secondly, we are going to try to catch shifts. Do you see any kind of shift here? So when we don't enter the market because we don't have a shift, it's like putting your money into the bank. Let's see some fast examples as well. Here you can see that the market is ranging in the Asian session. The London didn't took the Asian session lows or highs, but the New York session came up and took these points of liquidity and went to the downside the previous day. So these are not 100% accurate, but these are good concepts to trade with. The Asian session is ranging. The London session didn't do anything, but the New York session came down, grabbed this order block and starts to go to the upside. The next one, the Asian session is trending. You can see that. We are going to talk about this in the future videos. The London session came up, grabbed these highs, and it came down. The New York session, the London session, after the London session, the market started to go upside, so we are going to take these kinds of trade. It came down, it liquidated this order block, it shifted, so we can trade this movement. The previous day, the Asian session is ranging. The London session grabbed its low, it shifted, and the New York session starts to manipulate the London session. So sometimes the other sessions manipulate the previous sessions, and if you go back and see, you can see that we have a lot of liquidities here. So when I am talking about a single concept, you should watch all the videos of the channel because we talked about these kinds of concepts in those videos, and I'm going to cover this in session trading as well, because the high and lows of every session is liquidation points, and when we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 highs liquidated by a single session, it's more probable to try to catch these manipulation movements. Anyway, the Asian session is trending, so we catch the trades in the direction of the Asian session, but you can see that the market came and grabbed its low as well in the London session. It come up in the middle of the London and New York and it shifted to the downside. The New York session came up, grabbed its liquidity, and it started to go to the downside. The other day, the Asian session is ranging. The Frankfurt or the London session took its high. It starts to go to the downside. The New York session took these highs and it goes to the downside. You can see the results. They are powerful trades. These concepts that I'm covering in this channel, they are connected to each other, so you should see all the videos, but after seeing all the videos, your perspective toward the market is going to change for good. So watch all the videos. Your support is much appreciated. We are in dark times here. I'm in an internet blackout here, and I can't trade consistently with a good connection. Sometimes it goes out, sometimes it's weak, sometimes it's good. I don't know what to do in these conditions, and your support is much appreciated because for example, a video can be uploaded with 3 hours or 4 hours, but you can't trade with a low connection. Anyway, your support is much appreciated, and thank you for watching this video. If you have any kind of questions, or if you want me to cover some kinds of concepts for you, you can ask them in the comments. And goodbye.